Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I'm going to show you floor plan symbols that you may not have known, especially if you're a beginner or even second year interior design or architecture student. So I'm not going to go over the basics like a swing door and a window. I'm going to show some other ones. This is the symbol, floor plan symbol for a barn door. And here is also a 3D view of what that looks like. So as you can see, you have the wall, which is right here. I've highlighted in blue. And then you have the track that protrudes on the side of the wall. And then you have the door itself that is also sitting on the side of the wall. It's not in the middle of the wall like some doors that you see. So that is a barn door floor plan view. Next is a bifold door, which also can have more than two panels, just depends on what look you want. But this is a bifold door with two panels, and this is a 3D view of that bifold door. So you have your wall, and then this door is showing the bifold door in its position that's about to be open, so it's not fully open yet. But I've also added some doorknobs here, which you can hide in the view if you don't want them showing. But I have them showing just to show where they would be positioned at. So yes, that is a bifold door. You usually pull it one way unless you have more than, two panels, and you could possibly open them in the middle. So one and two panels on one side and then two panels on the other side. But this is just a two-panel door, so it's going to close to one side. Okay, next is a pocket door. So as you can see, there needs to be a void cut in one side of the wall so that when the door opens, and this is the door right here, this long skinny rectangle, and this is the handle. But there needs to be a void in the wall so that when the door slides, it has somewhere to go. And also what you want to do is add an arrow showing which way the door is going, even though it should be quite obvious because the void is on that side, but you can never be too certain to put that arrow there. So now whoever is looking at this knows this is a pocket door that opens this away. And this is a 3D view of that pocket door. Right here is the frame that you see on this edge of the opening right here. Then in the middle you have the door, the frame again, and then you have the open void on this side. And you can also do the same for a barn door. Put the arrow in which it will be sliding. So that's those three. And then the next door I want to show you is a bypass door. And this is a 3D view of what that looks like. So as you can see, there's an opening in the middle to cover the space for two door panels. However, in a bypass door, you can only get to one side at a time. So this door panel right here would move over this way in order to get through this side, and this door panel right here would move over this way in order to get through this opening here. So for the arrows in this one, you can put them on their respective sides, even though there's only two panels, so it's should be obvious which side they're going to. And I'm just drawing these arrows with detail lines, nothing fancy. So like that. So that is a bypass door. Moving on to a lamp. So this is what a lamp looks like by itself. So you have the shade, and then you have the metal wires that is connecting the shade to the base of the lamp itself. And if you want to put it on a nightstand, this is what that would look like. And of course, you want to implement line weights because that is very important. So the nightstand I have in the thinner lines, and then the lamp I have in a much thicker line, medium size, because when looking on a floor plan, that lamp would show first. These two symbols here are a telephone jack this shaded triangle here, and a duplex outlet, which I'm sure most of you have already seen in person, but in case you didn't know, this is what they look like on a floor plan view. Next is an under cabinet light. So under cabinet lighting is so helpful, and I absolutely like implementing that into my residential projects. And this is what the symbol for an under cabinet light looks like. So you have the base cabinets, and this is just showing the overhang here. And then here are the wall cabinets all along this wall. And then this is what an under cabinet light symbol looks like on a floor plan. So obviously, if your under cabinet light is 5 inches, you would draw it 5 inches long. And then just make sure, it's shaded. And so if there is a light switch here in your cabinet area, when you're doing your light switch flow, you would draw the dash line connecting to the under cabinet light, unless it's motion sensor, of course. Next is a floor elevation change. So here's a broader look at this random floor plan I've configured here. And as you can see, I have a line here. Some might see this as, oh, there's a different flooring type. This is tile and this is LVT. Yes, but when you see this symbol right here, a circle with a number beside it and then the inches, that means there's a floor elevation change. So it's a step up or it could be a step down. But that's what this means. So that means that once you cross this, you're either going to go down 6 inches or up 6 inches. Whatever the case is, please note that. But regardless, it's going to be 6 inches. So it is just a circle, and I've drawn a much thicker line in the middle of that so that it doesn't blend in with the actual floor change line. And then I've added a text with the 6-inch number beside it. So that is when you have a change in elevation, other than stairs, of course, because stairs are an obvious symbol on a floor plan. But if you just got one little change like that, you can put this symbol there to let that be known that there is a floor elevation change. And the last symbol I'm going to be showing you is a wall sconce. Now, I already have a video on how to make a wall sconce in Revit, but let's say you're just feeling a little lazy, and that's fine. You can have those days. So if you're feeling a little lazy and you don't feel like actually making the wall sconce Revit model from scratch, because it's probably going to take a little while and you need this done right now, you can just draw with detail lines like I did here a wall sconce symbol. This is what a generic wall sconce symbol looks like on a floor plan. And this line right here needs to be however much that wall sconce is protruding from the wall. So if that wall sconce protrudes 4 inches, this line needs to be 4 inches, okay? And in case you're wondering what the back of it looks like, this is what it looks like here. So just add a shorter line at the end of this protruding line here. So that is what a wall sconce, a generic wall sconce floor plan symbol looks like. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope this video was very helpful. I hope that you learned some new symbols today that you have never seen before. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts. Have a blessed day and God bless.